files are for creators. Got it. Hello, everybody. Give you a minute. Oh, crap. I'm hooked up to an IV again. I was gonna go adjust my temperature in my room. But, yeah. It's gonna be a very quick live because I'm exhausted, as you can see in my eyeballs. But I'll give everybody a minute to kind of see the notifications and get on. Do. My hair is a wreck. I need to fix my hair. Hey. Hello. Just gonna give a quick update as I just got through a test and stuff, so I was just waiting for more people to come on. But I just got back from endoscopy, maybe an hour ago or so. It's been a little while. But I've had to update everybody and whatnot. Those of you who do not know, I am in the hospital because I was having some pretty severe abdominal pain around my G-tube. Friday before I came in, they changed it out, hoping that would help the pain. It did not. Tuesday evening, I wound up in the emergency room in a lot of pain, and they admitted me. Oh my God. Hiccups are so bad right now. This is like the third time today I've had them. Anyway, they did CAT scan, found that I have a partial blockage, which was kind of coincidental findings. Nothing explaining what's going on with the tube pain. So they did an endoscopy and pouchoscopy today, which is basically a colonoscopy, but I don't have a colon, so it's called a pouchoscopy because I have a J-pouch. So they did that today. They did not find anything that would indicate the pain level that I'm having outside of some mild inflammation. So we're not really sure why the pain's happening, but it could be referred pain from a partial blockage. It could be that my feeding tube, my G-tube is resting on a nerve, causing spasms and pain. We really just don't know what's going on right now, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be in overnight again or what the plan is. I have to talk to the doctors now that we've had the test. But that being said, I am doped up to all heck right now. I've got Dilaudid, Ativan, Benadryl, and anesthesia technically in my system, so I am pooped. Didn't sleep much last night because hospital and don't sleep much. But, yeah, so we're not totally sure what's going on at this point. So we don't really have a plan of action at the moment. They could keep me till they are seeing that the signs of a partial blockage are gone. They may just send me home and say, it is what it is. I have no clue. I have to wait till I talk to GI and the attending on my case, who I hate. But yeah, I'm doing okay, so long as I'm medicated and stuff. I'm on pretty hefty muscle relaxers. I'm on baclofen, which is what they often give people who have a brain injury and go to, who have like the tightness from the brain injuries. So it's a pretty hefty drug. You got supplemental oxygen too? No, not currently. The only time I wear oxygen is at night if my oxygen level drops, because I have sleep apnea as well as, I forget what they call it, but basically, outside of the sleep apnea, my oxygen drops at night into the mid 80s. And so sometimes when I'm in the hospital, they have me wear oxygen to bed. But no, this is my IV. Yes, they have oxygen somewhere behind me, but it's not hooked up to me at all. So, no, not currently on supplemental oxygen. Thank God, because that drives my nose out and I hate it. But I will do it if I need it, obviously. Currently, I'm just waiting for the doctor to give the order that I can eat. Because I was NPO all night for this test. And they haven't switched it over yet. I really, really want like a pancake and some breakfast sausage and some cream of wheat. I do have a stuffy with me. I have Neo. I have a Binky in my pocket. And I do have my kitty here as well, but Kitty got put in a bag that smelled like cat pee, so I'm not currently snuggling the kitty because it smells like cat pee. Hopefully, once I get it home, I can wash it and get it smelling okay. Otherwise, mommy said they're gonna replace it. So, but I have like my own bed blanket, my own pillow, all that stuff. I come prepared. When I get admitted, I come prepared. I've got my own diapers. Hey, Yuki. Stuff like that. So I don't come to the hospital ever unprepared. Even for an allergic reaction, a lot of times I will pack an admit bag. I need to have one that is like set aside, ready to go at all times. So I just have to throw in, phone chargers and things like that. But I always, when it comes to abdominal pain, when I come in for anything tube related or abdominal pain related, I pack as if I'm getting admitted. And this time I didn't pack a ton. I just packed a few articles of clothing, a few diapers, my Switch, and my computer, and then obviously plushies and pillow. Andrew had to bring up stuff the other day, and that's when everything started smelling like pee, is because he used a duffel bag that no one's touched in months, and he didn't think to smell it. And the cat had peed in it at some point. So everything in it smelled like pee. But yeah. Yes.
Max came down and I was like, I'm just done texting right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. I will order some food.
Yeah, and then somebody was saying something that there was a hole.
Oh yeah, there's a hole in my dressing.
Trying to make me work harder, aren't you? Ooh, there is.
It was. I'm reactive to most dressings, so if I probably scratched it in my sleep.
Okay.
But it was already up last night as far as this part goes, and I just noticed the hole. So typically we just throw a new dressing on top of it, or not on top of this one, but we just put a new dressing on typically.
Okay. Yeah. And then we have inserted two different. What if I look? I think somebody's been inserting the drainage for the J tube on the wrong one. So
I'll let you guys know in a minute. Yeah, some people think it's a catheter and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, I know it's not a catheter, but let me clear this up.
Of course, it's going to take forever when you want to be quick.
I also asked about the IV penetrals too, see if there's one.
Yeah, if he's willing, that would be nice. Yes, Tristan, I'm okay. I'll explain in a minute.
These smaller things or bigger computer shows everything.
Oh, yeah.
So they have it in here as the long-term GI tube J tube in the left lower 18. Then they have the long-term GI gastro PEG abdominal left upper. So the PEG is what I was given medication through.
No,
Hold on.
that was the J.
The J. Okay.
This one is always hooked up to
Okay.
drainage. Yeah.
Okay. So,
Everybody gets it mixed up.
well, at one point I'm like, pat your head, rub your belly.
Yep.
Just go from. So, 1.5, okay. So, I'm humble enough to admit what I was wrong.
Funny story though regarding my drainage. I had an appointment with my doctor not long ago, and we were just kind of going over hydration and whatnot, and she was asking how much I was draining from my tube. And at the time, I was drinking a lot, so we were getting about 6 liters a day off of it. Somehow, in me saying I drained 6 liters and then dump it, she thought I was taking the stuff that I drained from my G tube and putting it through my J tube afterward. And I'm like, how the heck did you get that? And why would I do that? Because she like wigged out, and it's like I got like called my nutritionist, like, we need to work this out ASAP. Kai's getting way too much fluids. They're going to get fluid overloaded. I'm like, no, I am getting about 2.5 liters with between my IV and my tube outside of my feeds themselves. She's like, she thought I was getting like 10 liters a day because of it. And I'm like, why would I bother throwing vomit back down a tube? Like, ugh, no.
Yeah, that is, how would you rate your pain right now on a scale of 0 to 10?
We're at about a 4 right now. Is it going down? Yay.
Alright. Bring you a dressing for that. Sorry, I'm hiding in here real quick. Every time I go back out there. I'm like, I don't want.
No, Yuki, not Baby Shark time. I will throw hands and maybe punch you across the earth if you sing Baby Shark at me. No. Don't know why I hate that song so much, but I hate it. Well, I do know why. It's overstimulating as heck, that's why.
It is. It's almost like some wedding song. You just kind of
Right.
your soul. Alright.
Go
ahead.
We may want to mention to him as well about starting up tube feeds again.
Okay.
Because I don't know if they have the order for that or not.
Okay. I'll bring back some tube feeds, and then what do you usually, is the Nova Source or?
No, Kate Farms, 1.4.
1.4. How many cartons?
Usually 4 a day.
Okay. So 2 and 2, or?
It's a continuous feed. So we just fill it up as much as it'll take. Usually you can put in 3, and then a little later on in the day I top it off with the last carton.
Okay. Double check, because there should be a water bolus too.
There is 70 mils every hour. Because I can't handle the big volume ones every 4 hours. So. Your little brother got married? Oh my God. Hannah's brother got married the 13th. Her baby brother. Oh, my shoulder just popped. At least it didn't come fully out of the socket. That's no fun. Ow, that one was sore too. Oof. That was a rough pop. You were a groomsman. Nice. Hannah's brother did this costume goth wedding because it was Friday the 13th. So they did the way that his fiance put it was vampire interview with a vampire meets Phantom of the Opera. And Hannah, of course, was not going to go with a Victorian dress, so she went with a non-binary look. And did like slacks, a shirt, a hat, and a vest. And I had to make the vest because we couldn't find one.
All right. We're back.
Thank you.
Huh?
So like the last 2 days before she left, I was frantically sewing this vest, and it looked amazing. I will say that much. I did a good job. Tristan, what happened this time? Am I okay? Yes, I am okay. I don't know if you're still here, but I was having a lot of pain in my abdomen right around my G tube. And not this past Friday, but the Friday before that, we changed out the tube to see if that would help the pain. It did not. In fact, the pain was worse the following day. So I kind of watched it over the weekend, tried everything I could at home. And then Tuesday, we ended up at the ER and got admitted for observation and pain control and all that. So, today was an endoscopy. So they did an endoscopy and a colonoscopy. I don't have a colon. I have a J pouch, so it's called a pouchoscopy in my case. But that's what happened today. I'm literally, went to start a live and I fell asleep before I could start it. So I keep dozing off because I'm very drugged. They did an anesthetic for the test, obviously. I woke up to having an allergic reaction to the blood pressure cuff. So they gave me an IV dose of Benadryl. I came up here and I was due for pain meds and nausea meds. And currently, because I am so allergic to anti-nausea meds, we are having to use Ativan, which is like anti-anxiety, muscle relaxer, anti-nausea. Basically, if you have a seizure and you're at the ER, they're going to give you a big dose of Ativan to kind of calm the seizure down. So that's what I'm on right now. On top of that, I'm on Baclofen, which is, again, another very strong muscle relaxer. Yeah, it sucks, but at the same time, it's par for the course. It mainly sucks because like October and November were supposed to be like pretty appointment free. I had one appointment scheduled in October. I was supposed to get a tube change done in November, and then I had one appointment in December. So like we were supposed to have a really chill fall. But literally about 4 weeks ago, Andrew triggered an allergic reaction by cutting up onions for burgers, to the point of I had to epi and run, basically. I don't remember if I've explained this before, but my allergy to onions is very weird. I can eat them once they have been cooked, but I cannot be around them while they're being cooked, and I cannot be around them while they're being cut, and I cannot have raw onion. So, Nora forced you to dance. Good. But Andrew sent me to the ER with that. A week later, exactly, we had a situation where the dog came in my room. Mustard, who never does anything like this, came in my room and just peed on the floor. Thankfully, where he peed, there was a cardboard box lid thing to my tube feed sitting there, so he mostly peed on the box. There was about this big of a spot on my carpet. Hello. Hi. So, I remember you. So before I could even realize what he's doing, he sprayed a chemical on the dog pee and immediately sent me into anaphylaxis with that. So we were back at the ER a week later for that one. And then, just over a week after that is when, or no, just under a week from that was when we decided to do a tube change. That didn't help the pain, so Tuesday night, we were in the ER for this, and I've been admitted since Tuesday. So our calm, chill fall turned into crazy life, just like it always does. I suck at dancing, by the way. Partly because, I have dysautonomia and dancing is hard. But, you know, all in all, Tristan, like, I'm not doing horribly. Like, I'm not as sick as I have been with some of these. Um, I'm just, uh, you know, it just hurts a lot, and I'm nauseous as heck. So, unless they're willing to do these medications at home, I'm kind of stuck until we get the pain under control. Well, it is under control when I'm medicated, but Yomakana is coming up. Oh, and not only did I have to go through that, but in between the ER visit for the dog pee and the ER visit for this, I had an issue with my port. We thought the port was infected. So I ended up in the ER, and I was in the hospital for a couple of days for that while they did cultures and everything. Turns out the port itself was not infected. I had cellulitis on top of it. So, like, the skin, the tissue above it had cellulitis. So I was on antibiotics for 2 freaking weeks for that. Nearly became anaphylactic to one of the antibiotics. Switched that, discovered that I just react to all antibiotics. And at that point, I just said, okay, I'm up in my Benadryl dose and getting through this. So, literally, October just has been, like, from middle of September to through October, middle of October. The last month has ended up being just as crazy, And I was looking forward to, some chill time. I should not have allowed myself to go, like, I have a chill couple of months coming up. This is going to be nice. I jinxed myself. However, that being said, like I said, I did sew Hannah a vest for the wedding. It turned out really good. It had, like, skulls and roses on it, and we did a red lining. It looked really, really good. I, however, do not ever want to sew a vest again. It is, well, it's not hard. Sewing a vest for Hannah is hard because her body shape is very weird. So, yeah. But that did kind of trigger me to go, hey, I need clothing. I'm going to sew. So I got 3 different fabrics. Well, technically it was 5 different fabrics, but they're, like, coordinating to each other. And I'm making myself a bunch of t-shirts when I get home. They're all cut out and ready to go, except for I need to buy a tiny bit more black knit so that I can finish off the one shirt, because I ended up having enough fabric to do 2 shirts out of each one. So, like, basically what I did was print with black sleeves, and then I'm doing black shirt with printed sleeves type of deal on some of them. So I got 2 Halloween ones, which I will wear not like crazy, even though, by the time I get them done, Halloween's going to be practically over. But I'll wear them anyway. And I got a dinosaur fabric, so I got 2 out of those. And then I bought this, like, mushroom fabric. It's, like, grayish, brownish with orange and yellow mushrooms. And then I got this orange knit to go with it. For the sleeves, and then obviously the other shirt of that will be the reverse, where it will be mainly the orange, but the sleeves will be in the mushroom. So I've got a bunch of shirts to make myself when I get home. I went a little bit crazy because I decided that I was going to sew some 2B pads, and the 2B pads are this is not a 2B pad, this is just a gauze drain sponge, but 2B pads are the little circles that go underneath the tube to keep it from irritating the skin. There's a little silicone bumper here. This gets really irritating to the skin if it's touching it. So I needed new 2B pads, and the company I had previously bought all my 2B pads from sold to somebody else, and their prices went up drastically. Like, the company I bought from, they said that their sets of 5 were $12.50, but they always had a sale going. I never bought any of their 2B pads for more than $1 a piece. So this new owner has not run sales at all, so it was $12 for 4 of them. And I'm just like, I can't justify that. So instead, I spent some money on fabric for 2B pads, and I'm going to make them myself. But I kind of went a little bit overboard. I bought like 7 or 8, 5. Okay, I bought like 10 different fabrics. And I bought those little fat quarters that you can buy And I went a little bit crazy, and I now have 286 to-be pads to sew. I'm going to keep 86 of them. So basically, each fabric I'm keeping 3 sets of 2, because I like to have my two tubes match, because I have the 2. I have one here and one here. I like to have the to-be pads matching. So I'm probably going to be selling them. I have so many of them, it's not even funny. Yes, I could keep them all for myself, but where's the fun in that? I'm going to want more later on. And I'm in desperate need of them because our dog Mustard keeps finding them and eating the to-be pads, which is driving me crazy. But I got to figure out a better way to keep them away from the dog. But he keeps finding them around the house. Like, he'll go in my bathroom after I shower and grab them, and eat them, and then puke them up. So I'm in desperate need of to-be pads, so I'll be sewing those as well. So I'm starting to get back into the swing of things a little bit. As far as crafting goes, I'm doing some diamond paint. I got a huge diamond painting that I'm going to do. It's like 16 by 20. It's like a tree of life type of situation. So I'm going to be getting back into that. Hopefully, if these projects go well, hopefully I can start Binkies up again, at least on a very small scale. Get the orders I've had for months done. I've had them for a year now, actually. Get those orders done and out and shipped, and then I can start maybe taking on more orders. Sadly, I'm not going to be doing plushies, at least not crocheting. Crocheting is still wreaking havoc on that nerve. Nerves take like 7 years to heal, so it might be a long time before I can crochet and knit again. And I'm not doing complicated sewing, like sewing that takes like tight grip and all that. I'm doing very simple sewing, that, a t-shirt takes me an hour to do from cut to finish. So, but I'm hoping to really start getting back into the swing of things craft-wise, hopefully getting Binkies done. Because I miss crafting so bad. It's been really a year since I've been able to do anything craft-wise. Outside of diamond painting, I have done a couple of diamond paintings because I just needed something to do. But I've been playing way too much Minecraft. I'm playing Cult of the Lamb. I took a break from Cult of the Lamb because my daddy bought me Cult of the Lamb for a gift, and I played through it, almost all of it, in less than a week. So I took a break before the final boss, just because I need a break. So I've been playing a lot of Minecraft instead. Apparently I play through video games really, really fast, which is not the most fun thing in the world, but it is what it is. When you have nothing else to do but play video games, that's what you do. I'm live streaming, by the way, Small. That's why I'm talking. But, say hello to the live stream. But, that's an update for y'all. I now have a mommy and a daddy. My daddy is awesome. He is bestest daddy ever. Loves him to death. Yeah, as Mel says, he can agree also because it's his daddy as well. So moving update, we're looking at May. We had thought about doing it sooner, like before Christmas type of thing, but we decided that was a pretty rash decision. Also, Tristan, I have no idea what that means. Oh, Des Minecraft, yes, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm loopy, it takes me a minute. But Chloe and I decided that we're gonna work on saving up until May, and then they're gonna move here. We're still kind of planning Oh, we're not totally sure what's going to happen. The current plan is to move to Ohio with one of my good friends. Get on our feet there and get a house or an apartment or whatever we do. That's the current plan. So I will probably move before May just because the lease on our current apartment is up April 30th. And my roommates don't particularly want to have to find a handicap accessible apartment if they don't need to. So chances are I'll move like March or April. Ohio does not exist. But that's what Yuki says. Ohio is scary, I will say that much. Ohio is not a trans-friendly state. However, we have a support system there, with friends. It's closer to my family. We would only be about 6 hours from my family at that point. So, that would be awesome. It's near a very big hospital. It's near Cleveland Clinic, which is mildly scary because I had my first surgery done at Cleveland Clinic and they nearly killed me because they missed the fact that I had burst intestines. So going back there is a little bit scary. It will be, different doctors and things like that. So it's not quite the same, but it's definitely like a little bit anxiety inducing. But the current plan is move to Ohio, and for the short term, we're going to be traveling back to Kansas every 3 months to do tube changes and doctor's appointments until I get established with doctors and specialists in Ohio. But if the Ohio plan does not work, then we're going to stay in Kansas and apply for low-income housing, which I was already in the process of doing. We did put a hold on it because if I'm moving to Ohio, there's no point in even applying because by the time I got on the waiting list, I would be moved. So we do have a backup. If we don't move to Ohio, that's what we will do. So, but for now, the plan is move to Ohio in May. Or earlier for me. But Chloe will be here in May. And yeah. So I will visit New York. Unfortunately for you, Yuki, you are on the opposite side of New York than where my family is. So the likelihood of me coming to visit you is very, very slim. But they're mopping the floor out there. It's so loud. Ugh. Smalt said to tell you, Yuki, that you are smelly. But that's kind of what's up. We do plan on visiting, like, upstate New York, like Buffalo, Rochester area, sometime. Let's see, that would be probably late 2024 or early 2025. I'm excited to go back to New York because, my mom's side of the family has kind of reconciled with her, and they're hanging out and stuff like that. A lot, and I'm looking forward. I haven't seen that side of the family in like 12, 13 years. I mean, I haven't been back to New York since I moved to Kansas, so it's been 10 years just not going back to New York. So I haven't seen my sisters or anything like that since I moved. So, yeah, it's important. It's time to go back. That being said, my mom is doing amazingly well. For those of you who know, my mom is an alcoholic. She had a pretty scary situation where she fell and broke her hip and things like that. Following that, she technically went into rehab, but she did continue drinking for a while after that. Not to the same degree, but she would, have a drink every couple nights. However, as of right now, she is, I think, 4 months sober completely. She's doing amazingly well. She's back into art. She's in a band. So yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
I gotta go, guys. I will see you later.